Oh, would you look at the time? Well, it's been long enough. Mate, it's overdue for a Cashies special. So come on, mate, hop in the car. Come on, let's go to Cashies, mate.
It's Cashies time, mate. This is fun. It's fun. It's gonna be good. My favorite part about Cashies is that it's just fun. It's easy. You can't get lost, mate. It's just quick trip up the road.
Oh, I don't remember the suburbs being such highway speeds. I don't remember the suburbs going on for this long and being so desolate. Oh, I think I better make a U-turn at some point.
I don't even think I'm in South Australia anymore. Where am I? Mate, I finally found a Cashies, hey? I finally found one. But, it didn't mean to take 6 hours. I'm in Bendigo. I knew I should have taken a U-turn at some point. I'm in Bendigo!
Well, I'm here anyway, and there's something special about being in a Cashies so far away from home. And see what treasures folks from other regions are leaving behind for me to dig through. Someone gave up on their anime dreams. Or maybe they're using streaming now. Idiots, streaming sucks now. Mate, for $75 you can get really invested into an incredible story to have it blown in the last season. Alright, I'm very certain that this guy is homemade. And I'm very sure that this is not a commercial retail product, considering that none of these speakers actually match at all. Hey, you could buy this record, and wish you didn't. And I'm really enjoying the vibe of this mannequin head. It looks like someone woke up on New Year's Day after a really big one to find that their car was towed. Get on down to Cashies, mate, if you want to buy the same thing twice. Bull bars, LED panels, and horse saddles. We in Bendigo, mate, but then also vintage comic books. Does it snow in Bendigo? That sounds like a children's book, but I've never seen this many snowboards in a Cashies before. Ooh, now we're talking, mate. A pastry warmer. Oh, get that 5 a.m. petrol station sausage roll vibe in the comfort of your own tent pitched outside your work site as you protest for higher wages. There's a whole deli here. A steam tray, a donut fryer, even the big boy one. I could start my own takeaway shop. Cheers, Bendigo! Brings a tear to my eye and fluids out of other orifices to see that no matter where I wind up, mate, I can find stacks of vintage video games. Oh, excellent. Vintage coins are awesome, and they do hold value, but fun to think that they're still legal tender, so you could pay $125 for what looks like $3. A bargain! Mate, Bendigo Cashies is so eclectic. I mean, massage chairs, and a pile of them? But holy heck, power tools, Bendigo! You folks must be the kings of DIY. I haven't seen a power tool section stacked like this. So many welders. Looks like the local cinema finally upgraded from this beastie, hey? But oh, Bendigo, where the webcams are stored in the same cabinet as the fishing lures. But, hey, stop the music. So, Mikasa? Is that Mikasa? But you're not selling me very hard on this snack dish, mate. It looks like someone has already eaten half of it. And, you're not gonna load it up for us? Greedy! But Bendigo is about finding gold, mate, so to find so many metal detectors was wild. I mean, I want to be this guy, just lost in the vastness. But just keep walking, mate, just keep going. Look, the giant nugget's right there. Well, what a fun adventure. What a fun 13-hour round trip I did in a single day. So everyone's thinking, surely you didn't go all the way to Bendigo to visit a Cashies. And it's my sad truth to admit that, yes, that's all I went to Bendigo for. Was to visit the local Cashies. Now, I'm a sane and reasonable person. You trust me with your car keys, right? But it was actually to buy a drum kit for my drum stuff. A very particular one that was on my bucket list to get for literally the cheapest anywhere in the world. And being South Aussie, mate, shipping stuff worldwide is awful. Couriers absolutely suck. So to find it 6.5 hours up the road, you bet I'll do a big drive, mate, to save a buck. And the kit was at Bendigo Cashies. Cue this episode. Just quickly getting the word out that Bendigo is stinking beautiful. I mean, there's just these desolate roads that lead to it, and then you get there, and it's just like this bustling urban center with these beautiful vintage buildings. I'm smitten. It was amazing. And shout out to Bendigo Cashies, mate. On the inside, completely unrenovated. That is the Cashies I remember, those old logos. And I brought it up with the dude there, and he was like, funny that you brought that up. They had someone from like Cashies corporate come and visit and go, whoa, like it still hasn't been changed yet. No one's updated this yet. And I'm here to say, don't you touch it! Cashies, don't you touch it at all! It's perfect! It's a Cashies time capsule! I'm gonna check in! If I check in, I find you've changed it! I don't even know what I'll do! We're just having fun here, but, being said, don't you touch it! Don't you do it! Well, mate, they had a big stack of these. I was low on them. They just got this cabinet just full of these knockoff earbuddy boys. And yeah, I've been running low because, they kind of disappear for some reason. These are actually probably the best feeling ones I've tried. And they actually sound totally fine. They are the most cromulent out of all the bootleg Dirty Buds I've ever tried. Just put these somewhere carefully. I didn't need this. I just wanted it. It's just, vintage hair clippers. like when you see the modern ones, like the bzzz, it's literally just this going really, really, really quickly. Ugh. Oh, that's a spring. Excellent. Just wish I knew what year this was. Thoroughly oil the movable parts. Well, I guess that's why everyone's hair was so slick back then. Everything had oil in it. I don't need this. I just think it's a fun time capsule of just... Shut up, I don't care. So they had those metal detectors there. Seeing that they can run for like $2,500 to $3,000 for a used one. Like, you get the vibe there. These are pretty serious bits of equipment. They are not toys. Well, the one that I picked up, I think basically is a toy. This $75 one. And so now, cut to me, just like very, very far away from home, just pulled over in the middle of nowhere. I mean, here you go.
Maybe I can find some fuel money. No? That's not metal. No? What do we got? Nothing? No, those are ants. No, it's just ants everywhere. There's glass bottles everywhere. I'm literally out in the bush, mate.
I didn't have a little spade to go dig and to find the crap buried. It was probably like a screw or something. And honestly, the amount of ants that were there was out of control. Like, the ants owned that land, and they didn't want me there. And I didn't want to find ants crawling up my legs to have like a 6-hour drive home full of ants. So they did have a few things there that I definitely wanted to grab. The only issue is that they're kind of big. So, mate, we're gonna have to cut to my home. Like, we're going to my home.
Mate, we're in my lounge room here. So something I've been looking for like the warehouse side where I do car videos and stuff, is some like shed speakers, some cool shed speakers. $85 for the pair, mate. Sus these. I just got to clear some room. These are called AccuSounds. Doing some research, like they used to be made in Australia. By this point it's just designed in Australia. When it says designed by and not where it's made, you can assume it's not made in Oz. And doing reading, it's like these were good budget speakers, and they were just kind of on their way out at this point. It's what happens when you sell out, mate. Should have kept making in Oz. But yeah, these aren't real wood. Like, it's just like wrapped MDF, I'm guessing. It's got these weird fluffy guys on. I don't understand. But these are reasonable looking. Like, great condition. Yeah, like, they look super neato and they're real chunky feeling. I like it. Now look, I know it's not that fair to compare against these. These are my Adelaide speaker summoners. Yeah, not made in Australia, made in Adelaide. Yeah, I had these built especially. It's awesome. These are huge. These are absolutely huge. Oh man, to get giant home theater Adelaide built speakers, they were $2,600 for the pair. And I'm telling you, that is an unbelievable bargain, right, mate? In the world of speakers, you can spend like 12 grand on a set of used speakers. So, who put that there? Cambridge Amp doing the work. This thing has so much power behind it. Even though it's not fair, I still want to see how these sound compared against these. It's just a point of reference, and it's being recorded on the phone. It's not even going to sound good anyway. I'm doing my best. Just listen.
sorry for the cruddy recording. In person, it is way different. Like, you don't even need a subwoofer with these. If it's got sub in it, you can hear it. But these ain't bad at all for like bookshelf speakers. They're only little. I do have an REL like subwoofer down there. And so when I turn that on with this, honestly, I forgot I was using these. This and a subwoofer makes up for these two. 80 bucks, but hey, you can get like a home subwoofer so cheap. Even though like the REL is just exquisite. This is the best sub I've ever heard. Mate, basically, these are just a subwoofer away from being incredibly cromulent. Like 85, like that's so good. I'm so happy with that. And lastly, of course I got this. Of course I did. Beard Dog and the Bird. Is this an art piece? It's a South Australian suitcase. It's stained and gross, which is a vibe. Yeah, it's quite clearly homemade. That one's been kicked a little bit. That one's doing all right. This one isn't good. So that's not good already. And it was like that in the Cashies. And looking at all of this, it looks like someone's just taken a really cheap powered monitor and just gutted it and put it inside of it like an old suitcase. I haven't tried this yet. Came with a free aux cable, too kind. It came with the power supply from a camera. That's good. Meow meow. Yes. All right, let's see what it does. What if I... That was it. Why? Why is charge turn? Doesn't matter. It works. I'm gonna give this guy the best shot possible. The M17. Oh, that wasn't good. It does work. So, I mean, wow, it does work. I'm guessing the distortion might be that guy, or it might be just because it was never good. Something I'd like to try and do is look inside it. Okay. All the mechanisms are all jammed up on the inside and it won't let me in. And I started breaking it and I don't want to break it because it actually looks funny sitting on a shelf. The fact that it does work is like enough for me. And like everything just tumbles around in there. So, yeah, I think there's just some sort of cheap amp in there from like a power monitor dumped inside of this old suitcase. I'm just gonna let it be. And isn't that wild? For 10 bucks more, you can get a far worse set of speakers than these. These were 85 for the pair, and look at them. Oh, these are perfect. I was using these all night. I forgot I was using them with the addition of the subwoofer. You know, I wasn't pining for these. These are better. I love these speakers. 10 bucks extra, you can get this. And that's the Cashies magic. Even in the same store, mate, you'll just find prices that it's all just subjective. Whatever the person on the day thinks it's worth, that's what they put down. And so you can find some absolute slamming deals and this. So, thanks so much for watching. Huge thanks to my patrons, especially these stinky names right here, because my $1 a month I do extra videos. I do have Garbage Time, my card channel. I've got the drum thing, which is my drum thing. And then on Float Plane, I do drum streams 6 times a week. So you can see me play live and play all the silly drums and cymbals I do on the drum thing. And mate, like, I know, you want extra dank pods. So mate, I bought that like toy spec metal detector. Well, I actually grabbed one of the more expensive ones. I mean, they went up to like 3,000 bucks at this Cashies for like a used one. 500 bucks is a lot of coin, but I figured, hey, as an enthusiast thing, I wanted one anyway, and while I was 500 Ks away from home, I pulled over and I thought I would just give it a go, and you can see what happens. So, thanks so much, mate. I'll see you all next time. Frank, I have a task for you. I want you to try to be interesting. Even a little bit. That's pretty interesting. Especially way that actually no. Look at Frank's eyes. No, Frank, don't move. Frank, look at her eyes. Look, they're pointing in different directions. You don't even know where you're looking, Frank. Frank. Oh, not again.